What is up, guys? You're going to learn how to do square roots, cube roots, and how to estimate for square roots. Alright, let's get to it then. We're going to head outside, and we're going to head out to where I built all these structures just to teach you about it. Wait, hold on. Forgot one thing. You got to learn what this is. This is called a radical. This is the symbol that you would use for square roots, and the only symbol. So don't bother trying using other symbols because that wouldn't make any sense and you'll probably get a bad grade on your test or anything like that. Alright, now that we got that done and over it, let's head out to where I built the things to teach you about square roots. What we have here is square roots, cube roots, and to the side, off to the side, is estimating. So first we're going to start off with the first example, obviously. Okay, on to the first example. Alrighty then. Our first square root is the square root of 100. Do you know how to do that? Of course you don't. That's why you're here. Okay, I'm going to show you an example of how to find the square root of 100. Okay, what I'm going to show you here is how I found the square root of 100. As you can see, we'll start to see, I built a square with 10 blocks on each side, and the area of that square is 100. How I knew the area was 100 was there was 10 blocks for the length and the width, so 10 times 10 equals 100. So the answer to the square root of 100 equals 10. You're probably wondering, how is it 10? Well, to explain in more depth on how to find the answer for a square root, I'll tell you this. Basically, what you need to do is find a number and multiply by itself, and if it equals the number displayed inside the radical, then that is the answer to the square root. Okay, let's move on to example number 2. Example number 2 is a square root of 4. Now, how you do the square root of 4? Let's show you. So what I did here was the same basic strategy I used to find the square root of 100. It's pretty simple. As you can start to see, I did a square again with 2 blocks for the length and 2 blocks for the width. See? 1 and 2. And also for the top 2. Well, you still haven't figured out the answer. I'm just going to show you now. The answer to the square root of 4 is 2. If you still don't understand, I'm going to explain it to you one more time. So, to find the square root, you must find a number that can multiply by itself to get the number inside the radical. An easy way of doing that is to do the strategy I used before to find the square root of 100 and the square root of 4. The strategy was to make a square, by the way, if you didn't know that, and have the number in the radical be the area. Okay, now moving on to cube roots. Let's get to it. I'm going to show you how to do the cubed root of 27, as you can see right here. So I'm guessing you already saw it, but there's a difference between the radicals of cubed roots and squared roots. Cubed roots have a 3, as you can see. So to find the cube root of 27, you'd have to find a number times itself, and times itself again. I know that sounds hard, but it's actually really simple. Alright, let me show you how I found the answer to the cube root of 27. As you can actually see, it's an actual cube, hence the name cube root. So, as you can see, we got 3 for the length, and then 3 for the width, and then 3 for the height. So if you multiply 3 times 3, that's 9, and then 9 times 3, that's 27. So the answer to the cubed root of 27 is 3. It's 3 because 3 times 3 times 3 equals 27. Simple as that. Alright, now on to estimation. This is not gonna end up to be a perfect square root because it's 55. It's gonna come out to a number with a decimal. So how we do it? Alright, as you can see, I've written it out right here, or typed it out, whatever you want to say. So 49 is the closest square root and 64. So the answer to the square root of 49 is 7, and the answer is 64 square root is 8. So I chose the number to the left, which is 7, and I added a decimal to it, which was 4. And then I multiplied those together, so 7.4 times 7.4 equals 54.76. So the answer to the square root of 55 would be 7.4 if you're only going one decimal place over. It would be 7.4 because 7.4 times 7.4, and we already got the answer right there, 54.76, is the closest number to 55. So yeah, that's estimating. So just to give you an example of what would happen if I put 7.5 times 7.5, I'd get 56.25. And that's way over 55, and that wouldn't be the answer to the square root of 55 if we were estimating, because we want a number 55 or lower, and it would have to be the closest one. So 7.4 times 7.4 was the closest we'd get to 55 without going over it. I'm going to do another example, which is 7.3 times 7.3, which would equal 53.29. The reason this is not the square root of 55's answer is because it's too low. Even though it's close to 55, we can still get closer by going to 7.4. Well, that's the end of my video. That's the end of my lesson 2. And, well, we're just going through the credits now. Big thanks to Logan Santos for creating this sanctuary for me to use in the video. What I really liked is that he even included animals, trees, and water inside the building. It was amazing. It was a great way to start off this video and teach you about square roots and cubed roots and how to estimate for them. He's even got his name on a sign up there, Logan Sanctuary. Logan even helped me make these structures right here. He helped me make that water. He came up with that water, but I came up with the rest of the things you see. And he helped me create the walls and everything. I can't thank him enough. He did a great job with helping me with these structures. He even came up with the idea for the torches to break the sand once they drop down, so we wouldn't have to dig it every time we tested it, because we tested it a lot. Like at least 100 times. I'd also like to thank Brett Monis for moral support, because he wanted me to say that for some reason. I don't know why, but big thanks to Logan. Thanks for watching. Hope I get a good grade on this. I worked really hard.